can just pull out your pocket Donkey Kong and get one over on Owl.
Yeah, no, not likely.
Oh no, I can give it a try.
Yeah, it might work, you never know.
PS2, I feel the difficult part in this matchup for Sephiroth is sort of shield pressure. Can't really do anything about it. But then again, neither can Young Link if he stabs him with his sword.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of using it the range. Oh, that's going to be unfortunate. Using it the range of the Sephiroth is going to be super important in this matchup if Sephiroth wants to be able to deal damage to Young Link. Then, of course, Young Link also able to control mid-range with projectiles, so it's kind of a case of weaving around what Toku wants to throw out and just trying not to get hit whilst you find your way in.
Usually when Toku does hit you with something, it's usually a cutscene combo.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it feels like most of the time.
Yeah.
Standard Young Link fare. But yeah, kind of an unfortunate situation at the start there with the orbs, as Toku had to air dodge to avoid getting hit by the orbs, but then died to the bottom because he air dodged. So yeah, an unfortunate stock loss there, but this is now best of 5, so he can always bring it back.
And that's, again, he needs to be a little bit more confident in going for those. So he shot the arrow, and then instead of just running behind it, he just thought, and he just wasn't able to capitalise on it.
Yeah, that's definitely like a Toku thing, I think, is that oftentimes when he has a confirm off of arrow, he won't necessarily go for it because he's more concerned about just being safe.
Yeah,
which, you know, sometimes if you want to take the stocks, you got to take the risk as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No risk, no reward.
Yeah, that is absolutely the case. And of course, Young Link kind of one of those characters who can suffer when it comes to taking stocks if he's not able to find his confirms. And that's kind of what we see here. Toku throwing out the up smash, and he's going to lose that stock to the forward air. The rage on Owl definitely helping out there. And now it is up to Toku to try and find this stock with this Sephiroth at 160%.
Forward throw should kill here. Sephiroth being as light as he is.
Yeah, absolutely. Owl actually going to use the bomb there to pump himself up a little bit. Coming back to stage. Very smart choices. The up throw will take it as well. The second kill throw of Young Link.
Not out of this yet, but you know, it's not looking amazing.
No, I mean, a light character like Sephiroth and the combos that Young Link has, this is by no means over. Toku, I think, just kind of has to try and get away and play it safe for now, but Owl is just not letting that happen. Controlling this mid-range so well. The back air out of the back throw. He tries to counter the recovery and then drops his stock for his troubles.
It's a cheeky little smile from Toku to say, hey, who do you think I'm playing?
Yeah, that is absolutely the case, but the forward tilt will take on the neutral getup.
That's really difficult to deal with because you're playing with Owl's reactions. He'll just get you every time with that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely kind of one of those things that, yeah, neutral getup is reactable. You do the F tilt, it just covers everything. It covers roll if you need it. And if they jumped, then they're above your up air, so have fun.
Kills, pokes, does your taxes.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, makes the game fun if you're playing as Sephiroth.
I was going to say the Captain Falcon. I would have loved that.
Clean. And we got the Royal Sephiroth coming out from this epic modded switch. What is that? Ah.
Pikmin? No. Pikmin are an honest and balanced mechanic.
Pikmin only do taxes because they work so hard. They're paying their rule, bro.
They're getting the company out of debt.
Exactly. True.
I feel like I should have 100 in Ultimate. I feel like that's canon.
Yeah, no, it would make...
If you have 100, you have you actually have the actual bad character because the frame drops.
The frame drops. Getting back to the match, we were talking about the strings and combos from Toku earlier. We are seeing a ton of that. In fact, so much that Owl has got his one wing out. And,
and this should mean it.
The down smash. Setting at such low angle, but Owl will just about live. Now he has to find his way back off of the ledge against this projectile user. And that he does.
And I notice Owl knows that Toku doesn't like to grab, so he's shielding quite a lot.
Yeah.
And he knows that if he can get away with it, he will.
But there does the grab finally come out. Will the up throw take it? No, he gets a forward throw. Maybe trying to get a DI mix up there. Okay, and no confirm off of the boomerang at these percent. Owl just going for the raw down smash. Throwing it out there. And of course, with the wing here, this is kind of a threat range for Toku. But no, he does take the stock with a dash attack. And so that'll be Owl's first stock dropped of this game.
Now, how good is Toku going to play with this lead? That's the question. Because if you can play with this lead... What a grab!
That was a very clean grab coming out from Toku, and he's just playing this really well. He's playing it super defensive, but then when he does find his hits, he is dealing damage like this, keeping Owl at the ledge here with the projectiles. Yeah, the second arrow going to give him the net, but Owl fights his way back.
Now this is where it's going to be. This is where it's tough. Now when Sephiroth has wing, this is where it struggles in the matchup. He's got to take this soon.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of the stock very quickly because the extra damage, the extra mobility of Sephiroth right now could become a very serious problem for Toku here.
Again, you don't really want to be jumping as Young Link, you know, especially in this matchup. Sephiroth's got all of that range. You want to stay a lot more grounded.
Yeah, and Toku is actually really fighting his way into Owl's space right now. We're not really allowing him to play as defensively as he seems to want to. Really just using that frame to overwhelm Sephiroth at close range, doing that really effectively.
I feel like he just needs to run up and grab now.
But right now, Owl is just playing really patient at the ledge, willing to just take a sec here and wait. Toku runs back, he finds the arrow, but Owl makes it out scot-free.
Yeah, he needs the stock off now. I mean...
Oh, the gigantic up smash does just about find its mark, taking that stock, and that was exactly what you're talking about, the extra damage of the wing, allowing Owl to find that stock.
Yeah, you can't leave him alive that long. You know, he went for the grab there, which is a good play, but that needed to be 30 seconds ago when it really mattered. And now he's, again, fighting his way out.
Yeah, and off stage, once again, Owl tries for a cheeky Octo Slash on the tether recovery, but not quite going to find it. He does drop that stock, and this could actually be a game changer, potentially.
Yeah, Owl having a little bit of a laugh. Him and Toku are good friends, but yeah, you know, Toku being like, And
I wonder if to an extent that does kind of show Owl's confidence here as he takes Toku so far off stage. The tether not quite working, but Owl managing to save him.
I was going to say, he teleported him through the stage.
Yeah, it actually, that looks very funky, I'm not going to lie.
Got to be careful with these air dodges. I'm wondering if Owl's going to see if he can sniff one out.
Yeah, potentially saving that read for the next game. The one that Owl, right now Owl wants to take this game, but Toku finding his way into a confirm, but he's going to drop that stock to that upper.
Yeah, I commend the grab because he doesn't really grab a lot, and that time he just did it, and I was shook. But you know that's top player thing where you just mash out at disadvantage with your giant aerial, and
it just works.
It just
works. Ladies and gentlemen,
not sure how I feel about PS2 the whole time. I don't know what Owl's bans are, but I would imagine you'd want a smaller stage potentially as Young Link. Just to sort of close that distance and force that close quarters.
Force the close range, yeah.
Whereas in PS2, you've seen Owl sort of get away from him quite a lot. Maybe something like FD, because again, where's Sephiroth going to land?
Yeah, I mean, I do respect Toku for just kind of saying, okay, maybe it's not the stage, I just need to play better, because we saw at the start of that last game he was playing really well, dealing a ton of damage and had a lead for a significant amount of it, so it's clear that he does have the ability, and that forward air going to send Owl so far off the stage. Good recovery.
What angle was that?
And just planking at the ledge for a little second. But Toku now at the close range. Some damage coming out from Owl.
Ooh, good mash from Toku. See there, he was trying to sniff out that air dodge, but Toku not giving it to him.
Yeah, good mix-up, kind of one step ahead there on Toku on the disadvantage. So now it is up to Toku to try and find this stock before Owl is able to take his own.
And that's sort of like the difference between them. Owl is not afraid to just run up and grab. You know, like very risky, but just does it.
Yeah.
And he gets the reward from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Really well played here from Owl. He goes for another Octo Slash. He doesn't quite find it this time on the recovery going, but Toku is again so far off stage he loses that next stock. And this is looking tough for Toku.
And this is the problem.
That arrow. Back off stage, and he tries to win the Octo Slash. Getting cheeky with it, but not quite going to pan out this time.
He is 0 for 3 on those, but you know what? He's going to let it rip anyway.
I'm sure he wants to make it 0 for 4, I'm not going to lie. Do it, Owl! He did it! 1 for 3! He did eventually find it. Yeah, very well played from Owl there. Just like that, I think that game just really highlighted how good Sephiroth is when your opponent's